Oh my god, why is this still happening? Do you guys know what swatting is? For those of you that don't, let's do a quick refresh. So you may have actually heard the term swatting before, but you weren't really sure what it meant. So according to Wikipedia, swatting is a criminal harassment tactic of deceiving an emergency service, such as police and emergency service response teams, to another person's address. It is triggered by false reporting of a serious law enforcement emergency, such as a bomb threat, a murder, hostage situation, or a false report of a mental health emergency, such as reporting that a person is allegedly suicidal or homicidal and may or may not be armed. Now, even though the term swatting is actually something that's been used fairly recently, the act of swatting has actually been around for fairly a long time. Bomb threats were a growing concern for the police back in the 1970s, which forced them to actually evacuate public buildings such as airports in response to these hoax calls that were designed to cause mass hysteria and panic, or in some cases, delay an exam because the call was made to an actual educational institution such as a college, high school, public school of some sort, or what have you. Now, more recently, this actually became known as swatting because of these reasons. The term derives from the law enforcement unit SWAT, such as you've heard of this before, the SWAT team itself, a Special Weapons and Tactics Division of the police department, which is designated to carry military-style equipment such as door-breaching weapons, submachine guns, automatic rifles, and sniper rifles. Now, in our more recent history, swatting has actually been used as a response tactic or a revenge tactic against streamers, YouTubers, professional gamers, and such, in a response to another player or streamer or YouTuber being insulted, being losing in a match, or some sort of variation of that instance. Where in these cases, the SWAT team actually shows up at an individual's home. Guns drawn, police kicking down the door and arresting the person, or in this case, the victim of the swatting case. Now, these people actually learn your location through your IP address over the internet. And what they do is they take that location information, and when they call in the swatting, they give them your address information for where the police need to go. Now, these individuals who are actually using swatting as a retaliation tactic seem to think that there's no harm, no foul, or whatnot, because of this is actually happening. Except it's not no harm, no foul anymore. So a lot of people might actually remember this case, but we'll go over it real briefly here. So, a 25-year-old man by the name of Tyler Barris made the call after becoming involved in a dispute with other video gamers engaged in an online Call of Duty match. He actually became so enraged that he hacked into somebody's IP address to learn where their home location was, called in the swatting call to 911 to that area's location to have the police actually show up at the disputing gamer's home. The problem with that is he actually gave the wrong address. He gave the wrong location, and instead of it showing up to the gamer in question's home that he was trying to send the police to, instead he sent it to a Kansas-based father of two. The police charged in. They guns drawn and everything, and unfortunately the man lost his life because the police shot him. Because obviously this guy has absolutely no idea what's happening or why the police are even at his home in the first place. And you've seen it on videos before like on YouTube, on Reddit, on where have you get the news, where there's some cases where the SWAT team charges into somebody's room while they're streaming or they're gaming live online on YouTube, on Steam, on Mixer, on Twitch, and the police are there, guns drawn, telling the victim to get down on the floor. They're arresting him on the spot until they realize, holy crap, this kind of stuff is actually happening. This is a false call. And more recently, they've actually put in a lot of protocols lately where nowadays they actually can, when they show up at these locations, they're not so eager to have guns drawn and charging in and stuff now, because they're realizing there's more and more of these swatting cases happening. And the whole stupid thing about it is, in this particular case, Barrett is alleged to have been asked by another gamer to swat the actual intended victim, after there had been a fight over a Call of Duty World War II battle involving a $1.50 wager. So for a $1.50 wager, Now a fourth person who wasn't even involved in this game match, the actual true victim, the Kansas City man, is now deceased because of a $1.50 wager over something stupid as swatting. And now this guy here, Tyler Barris, he is now pleaded guilty to a total of 51 charges and now can spend up to 20 years in prison for all intents and purposes, a stupid prank call. And now even most recently, March 9th, 2020, I actually witnessed a swatting happen in effect as it was happening as a YouTuber was streaming online. Now, one of the YouTubers I really like to follow is Rich at reviewtechusa. He does gaming news, he does computer news, he does personal blogs. Most recently, he's been doing a lot more live chats on YouTube where he sets up a time and he just has people come in, and it's one of those ask me anything kind of deals where he has him. He may have a guest where he just, spends the next couple of hours just kind of chatting and just, chatting with his fans, answering people's questions, things like that. So I actually had his stream on in the background. I was actually doing some other stuff on my computer, and all of a sudden, like, he notices that he all of a sudden has a spike in his viewership. Like, there was probably maybe 190 to 200 total viewers at the time, and then all of a sudden his viewer count spiked really high. And as you're watching his live stream at about, I'd say about an hour and a half, maybe almost an hour 40 in, all of a sudden he gets a knock on his door and somebody tells him, hey, the police are here. He leaves his actual stream to actually, to go out to see the cops, and he leaves his computer recording. Now, once he gets up and leaves to actually go and confront the police at about an hour 47, hour 48, give or take, you can see a police officer. You never see the police officer's face, but you can see full uniform, their belt and everything. Gun is holstered, thankfully, but he's going around. He's just searching around, making sure everything's good, and then he exits the room. Shortly thereafter, Rich then comes back from talking with the police, and he says the police are leaving, and he says that there was 5 cops there, and they were very professional. They understood what the possible situation was. Rich has told his local police many times that he is a YouTuber. He streams online. That's how he makes his living. And they've been completely understanding about it. And this time around, it was the same situation where they kind of had a feeling that this was a fake call. And he actually told the police that right before you guys showed up, I noticed a massive spike in my viewership, which means whoever the caller was, or whoever the person that called in the swatting situation, told other people, and all of a sudden they all went online to view his stream to see what would happen and whatnot. And this could have been so much worse. This could have been one of those situations where they showed up for thinking that there was a terrorist act in the process, and they were going in full force, and this could have ended very badly. And luckily for this situation, it didn't. And later on, you could actually see when Rich comes back and he tells everybody, hey, I've been swatted and whatnot. He says the police were completely understanding. They were completely professional about it. But he said there was 5 officers that showed up for this fake call. There could have been something else completely going on and happening. And Rich even says it in his stream, that there could have been something else going on at that time that really required those police's attention, whether it be a robbery in process, a possible murder, homicide in the process, bank robbery, what have you. And instead of them being able to try and help in that situation, trying to stop an actual crime that was happening in the process, they were sent to a false report or a false swatting over who knows what. And I understand that you become a heavier target when you pretty much put everything out online, when you're a YouTuber, when you're a streamer, pretty much everything is public access at that point. But it's so stupid that this has to be something that has to keep happening. And to the fact that has nobody learned to this point where, guess what? Somebody died because of this stupid act of swatting. There's no point to it. And here's now the other thing too. Advocates against swatting have now want to have this term categorized as a terrorist act because it is the possibility of causing harm or the threat of injury or death, because it's actually happened now. And people still want to call in these false reports because they think, I don't know, it's freaking funny. It's not funny. It's stupid. It's not hilarious to waste, whether it be fire, whether it be police, whether it be ambulance. It's stupid to waste their time, because while they're wasting their time doing whatever it is you're calling them in for, whether it's a bomb threat, a terrorist act, possible murder, rape, which none of this is even happening, they could be actually out helping somebody in need, somebody who really needs it. And instead of them being able to go this way to help the real people, they got to go this way because you called in some stupid swatting case for nothing, because it's funny, because you get a kick out of it, or what have you, or $1.50 bet for nothing. I don't understand where we've gone wrong. Like, gamers always advocate that gaming does not cause violence. Gaming does not cause all these things that these politicians want to say that gaming causes. Stupid stuff like this proves their point, because not someone in a normal freaking sense of mind or state of mind would actually think this is a smart thing to do. So you know what? How about we just stop it altogether? How about we stop swatting, stop doing these false call-ins to 911, advocating that police and emergency contacts, emergency aspects, I can't even talk. Why don't we prove to all these haters and politicians and everyone who hates gamers, who hates streamers, and prove to them that we are actually smarter than they think we are, and put an end to this tactic of swatting and this asinine prank calling tactic. Just my opinion. Hello everyone, greetings and salutations, it's Mattimus again. If you're watching me right now, that means you made it to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you watched, please make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to follow me on all my other social media platforms. Links are in the description down below. If you'd like to watch another one of my videos I've done, just click on the picture to the left of me. If you want to see all the videos I've done, just click on my face right down below me. Again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.